Hola clase. This video that you are about to watch focuses on los verbos irregulares en el pretérito. What this means are these verbs, although they are used to describe the past the same as regular, they require special changes when you go to write them, speak them, or when you hear them. I'm going to show you the categories of the easy way to organize these verbs into how they're formed irregularly, and I can review with you what they mean and to pay attention to the new endings that they have. This is on page 42 of your textbook. So if you need something additional after you watch this video, you can go to page 42. Here you see 9 verbs. The 9 verbs are categorized by threes into verbs that we call I verbs, U verbs, and UV verbs. This is what we also call spell change verbs, where we have to additionally change vowels, take out letters, or add letters. On the following slides, I'm going to show you how we actually do that. Here are your endings. Your endings might look familiar to you. The yo form and the el, ella, usted form come from the AR preterite endings. The to form, the nosotros form, the vosotros form, and the ellos, ellas, ustedes form comes from ER and IR preterite. That's another thing that makes them irregular. Our first focus is our I verbs. I verbs make the vowel that first appears in the verb change. What do they change to? You guessed it, the letter I. Now we come up with what we call a new stem. The stem for hacer is HIC. The stem for querer is QUIS. And the stem for venir is VIN. To this, we add our endings that are on the previous page. There's one additional note for the verb hacer. For just the el, ella, usted form, the C changes to a Z. And that's only in the el, ella, usted form. The other thing that I failed to mention is that there are no accents on these new endings. In class, I will discuss the meaning of the verb. On the next slide, we have what we call our U verbs. In this case, all of our O's are changing, and here we have A, they're all changing to the letter U. In the verb poner, we don't just have a U change, we also have an N change. It changes to the letter S. In poder, we simply are changing the O to U, and on saber, it's similar to poner, the B changes to the letter P. You might find that this is a little difficult. You might find how will you possibly remember it. The majority of these irregular verbs have 3-letter stems. 3-letter stems, they somewhat look similar to the infinitive, and this is a perfect flashcard type of activity. The next is our UV verbs. Our UV verbs are pronounced uv, and they too, like the past verbs, resemble the infinitive, but something additional happens. In estar, in andar, we just drop the AR and we add UV. And what we end up with is a stem, a 5-letter stem, estuv. For andar, it's a 5-letter stem, anduv. And for tener, we're dropping our 4 letters after T, and we have tuv. Again, same endings, no accents. This is the stem for all of the forms. I would like you to try to practice 3 sentences using the preterite. I'm going to give you a couple so that you can see how they work, but I'd like you to come up with your own, and any questions you have you can ask tomorrow. Here's one example. Yo hice mi tarea. I spelt it wrong. Yo hice mi tarea. Ella anduvo por el parque. Nosotros tuvimos que estudiar. Please write your 3 examples on the práctica section of your worksheet. Do the best you can, and we'll go over them in class tomorrow.